back to yourweddinghub.com. Alan Burnett here with good buddy of mine, Mitch Clark, an officiant that I have a great deal of respect for. Works for us at some of our locations, but that's not what I'm here to talk about today. We're here to talk about just some of the important things that you need to keep in mind when you're meeting with an officiant. One of the things that's really important to us, we're pretty passionate about, is what we call ceremony planning meetings. That's not pre-marital counseling, that's a whole other bag. We're talking about actually planning the ceremony. And if you tuned in yesterday for part one of this, Mitch talked about, actually told a great story that you want to go back and listen to. But let's just pick up on that one, Mitch, where we left off yesterday. So when you meet with a couple, you said that it's really important that you want there to be a connection.
Right. Yeah, that connection is so important between the officiant and the couple, because that kind of gives them a chance to feel like, hey, this person, I can identify with this person. I'm going to be at ease when I go through the wedding ceremony. The next thing that I think is important is that the couple personalize the wedding ceremony itself. I break down the wedding ceremony into 11 different sections. And for each section, I come up with options.
Okay.
Let's say like the vows. I've got 10 different options for vows. And if you want to maybe do your own vows, or maybe you want to mix and match, you've got right there a Word document where you can just kind of mix it up. And even if you have your own words that you want to put in, just do that. Because what you're doing is you're making that wedding ceremony a reflection of what the two of you really feel deep down inside. And then, that just frees me up as an officiant, because when I stand before your guests, I'm totally at peace. Yeah. Because I'm not going to say one thing that's going to offend any of your guests, or they're not going to be bored through the ceremony.
So you want that ceremony to be reflecting who the couple are now.
Exactly, and that's so key in the ceremony planning. You've gone through the effort of selecting flowers. You've gone through the effort of going through the different positioning of your bridesmaids, your groomsmen, flower girl, ring bearer, whatever it is, the bride walking down the aisle with that special person that's going to give her away.
So sorry for keeping interrupting you, Mitch, but so you work through all of those details, like the procession, order.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, we go right through the whole procession in that ceremony planning meeting. Because if the bride and groom, I know particularly grooms, because I was a groom once. Yeah. And when I got married, man, I didn't know what in the world was going on. I didn't know what to ask. It was all over my head. I had to visualize it. So I empathize with grooms, because sometimes, they're talking about all this, and I like to see it. So I like to walk the bride and the groom right through the whole wedding ceremony. And then we exit out of the chapel, and then we do the procession. Yeah. And everything is just the way they want it. Wow. And then I always say this, look, when we're at the wedding rehearsal, the day of rehearsal, when we actually have all your guests there, they're going to be in the wedding party, then I say, hey, if anybody has a suggestion, I just turn to the bride and let the bride decide what she wants. Because the bride and the groom at that point know exactly what we've gone over. Yeah. So they make the decision if they want to add, or if they feel like maybe we want to just go with what we've already done.
You touched on one of the things, we're just about out of time on this today, but you touched on one of the things there that I'm pretty passionate about as an officiant too, and let me just make sure that we're kind of on the same page. I think what I heard you just say. So you really get as many of the details about that ceremony worked out with the couple prior to the rehearsal.
Exactly.
See, one of the things that always has bugged me, Mitch, is when you show up at the rehearsal, and so I'm brides, groups, we're talking to you here, and everybody in the wedding party starts giving their 2 bit. Oh, I saw it done this way last week, and you know what? I got to kind of bite my tongue sometimes. It's like, I don't care what happened last week. This is, Joe and Susan's wedding, and we're going to do it the way they. I don't get rude with anyone, obviously, but you really want to make sure that you're not throwing it open to the community and getting everybody's opinion on it. So
this is what's exciting about the planning meeting, because then they know what you're going to do. And then if, let's say, one of the guests or one of the people in the wedding party has an idea, I just simply turn to the bride and I say, what would you like?
Awesome.
And then she has a choice. Yeah. Or the groom. And then it's coming from them, because I'm there to serve them.
Right on.
And you know what it does? It just diffuses that, and they say, oh, I never thought of that.
Cool.
I think, hey, let's go with it then. It sounds good to me.
Awesome.
And then that way it's just a real happy time.
Great. Mitch, thank you so much. We're going to carry this on, because there's a couple more things that I want to pull out of Mitch in this. Thank you for joining us on weddinghub.com. Thanks for joining us.